Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're exploring a hidden, compounding cost that is secretly eating away at software teams everywhere. We're talking about the true, long-term cost of using AI to code faster. We're drawing directly from an incredibly insightful analysis by software developer and consultant James Shore, and we're going to dive deep into why chasing coding speed without looking at the bigger picture is a massive mistake. As you'll see, we desperately need to focus on long-term maintenance rather than just the initial dopamine hit of delivery speed.
I want to jump right out of the gate with this chilling warning from Shore. You're trading a temporary speed boost for permanent indenture. That's a heavy statement, right? Throughout this explainer, we're going to unpack exactly why prioritizing pure speed over maintainability could lead your entire engineering team down a very dark, inescapable desert highway.
Section 1. The AI speed seduction. Let's just start by acknowledging the incredible allure of AI coding tools, because, let's face it, it's intoxicating. Imagine a hypothetical AI agent, let's just call it Rock Lobster for fun, which promises to literally double your output overnight with a cheerful woohoo. It feels like absolute magic. You're suddenly pushing out features faster than ever before. But to really understand the trap we're setting for ourselves, we have to look past that initial rush of speed.
Before we throw a party for that doubled output, we need to clearly define what happens to every single line of code you write after it actually gets pushed to production. Code maintenance includes bug fixes, cleanup, dependency upgrades, the whole shebang. Now notice what's missing from that list. New features. Maintenance is the baseline tax of just keeping the software running, and it drastically overshadows the initial time it took to write the code. The reality is, every single line of code you write carries this tax forever. As long as that code exists, you're paying for it.
Section 2. The invisible maintenance monster. So, how do we actually quantify this creeping burden? James Shore introduces the concept of the wisdom of the crowd to calculate this invisible tax that developers face every single day.
He asks us to imagine surveying a crowd of 50 experienced developers to estimate these exact costs. The consensus breaks down perfectly into 2 steps. Step 1. For every single month your team spends writing code, you incur about 10 days of maintenance in that first year alone. Boom. A third of your time just gone. Step 2. You incur 5 days of maintenance every single year after that, forever. I mean, really think about that for a second. According to the crowd, this isn't a one-and-done fee. It is a permanent compounding tax on your team's time.
When we map this compounding tax out over a timeline, the core problem becomes undeniably clear. Month 1 of a new project is completely glorious. You're spending all your time building fancy new features. But by months 2 through 6, well, a smidge of bugs creeps in, a little cleanup here, a minor refactor there. Now fast forward. By 2.5 years, according to these estimates, you are spending 50% of your time just on maintenance. And at 10 years, you're hardly doing anything else. The initial glory inevitably devolves as your productivity just completely melts away under the sheer weight of maintenance.
If you've been in the industry for a while, you probably have the battle scars to prove this happens. Shore notes that late-stage startups hitting the 5 to 9 year mark frequently resort to really desperate tactics when their teams simply stop getting things done. To paper over the problem, they'll decide not to fix every bug, or they'll ignore absolutely crucial dependency upgrades. Maybe they add more people to a sinking ship because it feels like it's never enough. Or they wave the ultimate white flag, scrapping the whole thing and starting over with a massive, painful rewrite.
Section 3. When productivity melts away. The absolutely crucial point here is figuring out what happens when we throw a superfast AI agent into this already precarious equation. This is exactly why we desperately need to focus on the maintenance phase rather than just celebrating raw delivery speed.
When we compare standard human output to AI output, the trap completely snaps shut. Think about normal coding. It's standard output, sure, but the code is readable and deeply understood by the human who actually wrote it. Now unleash our Rock Lobster AI. Bam! You have double the output, but AI code often lacks human intent and context, making future maintenance inherently harder. Your team is suddenly drowning in pull requests. And let's be honest with ourselves, you're probably skimming them during boring meetings, dropping in an LGTM, looks good to be, without really reading it. By doing this, you've secretly doubled the maintenance effort required for each chunk of that output.
The mathematical result of that scenario is a massive 4x multiplier, 4 times the maintenance cost. This is exactly why chasing delivery speed is a dangerous mirage if it actively multiplies your maintenance effort. Think about the compounding effect here. If your AI allows you to produce 2 months of work in just 1 month,
And because of the lower code quality or lack of human context, you've doubled the maintenance cost of each of those outputs. Next month's maintenance costs absolutely quadruple. It's exponential debt, and it's terrifying.
Section 4. The AI lock-in trap. Because of that quadrupled maintenance cost, your initial productivity gains evaporate in just about 5 months. After that, your productivity is actually worse than it would have been if you had never touched the AI in the first place.
Now, you might be thinking, well, if it gets that bad, I'll just stop using the AI agent. But that's a total illusion of choice. If you keep the AI, the agents eventually get too expensive and the juice simply isn't worth the squeeze anymore. But look at the alternative. If you go back to human coding, typing with your fingers like a caveman, the magic speed goes away, but that massive mountain of maintenance debt you generated with the AI, oh, that stays. As long as that generated code is still around, you are stuck.
Section 5. The secret to success. Okay, don't worry, your human meat brain can still win this battle. We just need to completely flip how we evaluate these AI coding tools. We have to stop looking exclusively at output speed. The only way out of permanent indenture is the inverse rule. Your AI must reduce maintenance costs in exact inverse proportion to the speed boost it provides. If you get a 2x AI speed boost, you absolutely require your code to cost half as much to maintain. Pushing for 3x output, you need code that requires 1/3 the maintenance. If your AI isn't decreasing your maintenance burden at this exact inverse rate, the math will eventually, inevitably, crush your team's productivity.
So the crucial takeaway is this. You need AI that makes maintenance itself more productive. Go ahead and chase coding speed. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but you must spend just as much energy finding AI tools that make the maintenance phase significantly easier and cheaper. Prioritize tools that help you understand legacy systems better or that safely automate complex dependency upgrades and bug fixes. Maintainability has to be the ultimate metric over delivery speed.
Because if you aren't actively reducing those long-term maintenance costs, you have to look at your current AI workflow and ask yourself this one very provocative question. Is your AI actually reducing your maintenance costs? Or did you just book a room at the Hotel California? Remember the song, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Keep that ominous reality in mind the next time you hit approve on a massive AI-generated pull request. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope it gave you a powerful new framework for evaluating your tools, and I'll see you next time.